Yeah, just on Mitchell, I want to give you two insights into Mitchell off the field and on the field. I think I've never seen a player understand the honour that it is to be a rugby league player and to represent a club more than Mitchell Aubusson. Yeah, he understands the role that he's always understood, that he's a role model. He's always understood that it's a privilege to pull on a jersey and run out for 306 games, and he's honoured that in between every single game. He understands how it is to act as a human being, not as a star or someone that's been held up on a pedestal. Or it's how do I act as a person? How do I act as a human being? And what's right and what's wrong? And Mitchell's led the way for this club for over a decade, for 306 games. And he's pushed myself on trying to understand about what are we going to accept as a player and as a person in our club. And the first person I turned to understand what's accepted is Mitchell Aubusson. And that's, as Rico said, he's the number one guy in the history of our club to represent the values that we want in a person. And that is the absolute true clubman. And I think people understand that about Mitchell, and that's why he's always been really admired. And I want to share one story about him as a player. I think Rab said it there about Mr. Fix-It. I'm going to give you a story about Mitchell played in the 2010 Grand Final, went on to win the Premiership in 2013, and he was about to start the Grand Final at right edge back row, where he played all year and earned the right to do that. And then Cooper got injured. And we had a meeting that morning. We had designed a game plan around how we were going to play without Cooper. And we had the leaders there, and I had an idea of who I wanted to play in that role. And I remember it quite clearly. Luke Keary said, I don't think he wants to play that role, and I don't know whether he'll handle the change this in the last week. And Aubo said, I'll do it. I'll play halfback in that game. I'll do the role. And we had this design around him playing, defending in a position which was going to be a tough position on Munster and their dominant side, their left side. He was going to defend there, but he was also going to play an attacking role as a halfback that he hadn't played. And I remember it clearly, without hesitation, he said, I'll do it. And that was fixed for that week. He prepared all week as a halfback, didn't know until Cooper walked out 30 minutes before, 5 minutes into the warm-up, and said, I'm right to go, that he had to switch back to that back row role. And what a beauty he played. And that game typified what Mitchell Aubusson was about. It wasn't about him absolutely nailing a grand final. It was about him understanding the role of everybody in the team, and he had 30 minutes to nail the role that he eventually played in that game. And he did, and it's one of his finest moments, obviously, on the field, but it's one of his finest weeks in football. And all I can say is thanks, Aubo. You'll forever be remembered. There's not many people in life that can be forever remembered as a legend of a club and affecting so many lives. So I know it's the end, Aubo. You're looking forward to this time coming and riding off into the sunset. And Lauren, Daisy and Odie are really lucky to have you as a partner and father. And I know you're going to be in the club, but let's remember tonight how much of an honour it was for you as a player. So congratulations.
Just wanted to just take a moment to take this in. Yeah, it's been a crazy 15 years for myself, and being picked up by the late great Artie Beetson, and growing up supporting the 2002, 2003, 2004 great teams, I knew when I came to this club that you had to be a great footballer. It deserved for myself to be the best person that I could. It was a successful club. It demanded success and respect from me. So as a 17, 18-year-old coming down, putting on my first jersey, flag jersey, it was time to play. It was time to perform, and I wanted to be the best footy player I could. And then later on, I wanted to be the best person I could. I felt those two things went hand in hand. And fast forward 15 years later, and I've met some amazing people. Played with some great players, been a part of some awesome teams, and so happy that I could stand here tonight and hold my head high and say that I did my part in those teams, and will be forever grateful for what the Roosters have taught me. I came here as a boy, I turned into a man, and now I'm a father. And the people in the room who are fathers know that there is nothing better than that. And this club had so much to do, and really forever grateful for that. Really forever grateful. To my partner Laura, my wife, we met very early on in my career, and she's just been an absolute rock for me. She's picked me up when I was at my lowest, stayed so steady for me, knew that I wanted to achieve some things in this game, and did whatever that took for myself to do that, whether that was, with kids now sleeping 2-3 nights in a bed by myself just to make sure I can get the best prep for a game. And, she's been really special, and I tell you what, I owe her. I really do. I really owe you. So, Lord, I'll make it up for you, I'm sure, in the next few years. To Robbo, the coaching staff, man, Robbo's hard to talk about Robbo as a coach, but I know that he definitely got the best out of me. When he came in 13, I was at a bit of a crossroads with what I wanted to do, what sort of footy player I wanted to be, and he was very clear with me from the start where he saw me, and with some tough love and some honest conversations, he got me to heights in my career that I'll never forget, that I never thought I would get to. So Robbo, mate, I'm really, really thankful for that, and I was told to the boys, but he's a leader of men, and I'd follow him anywhere. He's that sort of character. The other guy's Fitzy, assistant coach who I was lucky enough to be captained by. Loved the way he led us early on in those days, and now he's in charge of our defence, and he's a guy that we want to play for. We want to do well for, and when it doesn't pan out, he's one of the first guys I think about that I feel that we've let down, and you don't want to let down Fitz, because we know how much he put into this jersey and how he bled and sacrificed. And thank you, Fitz, for being a mate and teaching me so much about the game. Last person I want to thank is a stalwart of the club, is a lady that I met when I was 15 down those hallways. And I thought, honestly, when I first met her at 15, she was the nicest lady I'd ever met. I couldn't believe there's no way she could be that nice. And 16, 17 years later, she still blows my mind of how much of a great person she is. And for me, she's the heart and soul of this club, and that's Kathy King. Thank you, Kathy. I can honestly say that I probably wouldn't have been here without you. You've helped me so much, and I definitely owe you. And I'll square the ledger one day. I'm not sure how, but I'll square the ledger. So thank you very much for all the support. It's been really humbling. I'm uncomfortable as standing up here, as you can probably tell, and I'll be a Rooster forever, and I can't wait to see the next generation take the field, and I can't wait to help out in some sort of way when that time rolls around for me. So thank you very much.